The giant to inspire this week's painting is English painter William Blake. William Blake lived between the years 1757 and 1827. He was a poet, a painter, and a printmaker whose visionary and mystical works had an enormous influence on the development of Romanticism and even modernism. Blake attended school only long enough to learn reading and writing and was basically educated at home by his mother. The Bible was an early and profound influence on him and remained a source of inspiration throughout his life. After seeing his first vision at the age of 7, which was a tree filled with angels, Blake began believing that God had missioned him to express his emotions about the wonder of the natural world in poetry and painting for others to realize. Blake's training in art began when he was 15 years old. He apprenticed to an engraver who set him to copy the sculpture and ornament of old London monuments. Later on, he enrolled at the Royal Academy schools when he was 22 years old. After exhibiting his watercolors in unsuccessful show, he left the academy and went back to working as an engraver. From then on, he was obliged to make his living as a reproductive engraver. Blake got married when he was 26 years old. His wife, Catherine, became his lifelong apprentice, assistant, guardian, and best friend. She helped him in printing his books, combining poetic text and images on the same engraved plate. The couple together printed those books, and Blake tinted the illustrations of every page of each manuscript by hand with watercolor. This gave him the opportunity to introduce random color variations in each print, showing an extraordinary degree of visual imagination and careful craftsmanship. He sold these books at such low cost that only helped the couple to live in near poverty. When Blake was 52 years old, he arranged a year-long exhibition at the home of his brother that turned out to be a complete failure. That set him into a decade of hopeless obscurity. Neglected and in poverty, Blake was in considerable financial distress during the latter part of his life. He died of gallstones in 1827 at the age of 70. William Blake is recognized today as an archetype for the avant-garde artists of the later 19th and 20th centuries, whose creative spirit stands against the norm of their time. Although he was largely unrecognized during his lifetime, today William Blake is held in high regard in the art world for the mystical and philosophical symbolism within his work.